Maverick, you see Cullen bleeding, broken, utterly impossibly battered. But you see him breathing still, just barely. But you know that his life is fading. What do you do?
I will actually. Can I use a healing potion on him?
Do you have one?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. You can run over to him and use a healing potion on him. It will not restore any lost limbs, but it will make sure he is no longer bleeding out. And
Yeah.
this will be
So
your turn.
since he's the worst case, I'll go ahead and use the healing potion on him.
Squirrel, roll me a
He's totally
d20.
not the worst case.
Roll me a d20, squirrel.
This might be it, comrades.
Oh no.
Wait a minute.
This
Just
could
roll.
very well be
Just
my
roll.
last dice
Let's
roll.
do this. Come on.
5.
Corvus. I want everyone to mute themselves, like deafen. I want everyone to deafen. I will message the D&D group when I want you guys to come back.
Wait a minute. So
Corvus.
we're muting you guys.
Yes, because
Okay.
I will message you guys when to come back, alright?
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'll message you guys when to come back, don't worry.
Ah,
Alright,
this is sad.
don't worry. I'll message you guys when to come back.
I'm missing a
Roger.
Alright,
leg.
go ahead and
He's
leave.
dead.
Go ahead and leave. Guys? Can you hear me? Alright, we're good. So, you know what? Actually, if we're gonna do this,
Well, no. Hold on.
I want
Might
you guys
still
to
have a
both
chance to
leave.
survive.
I want you guys to. No, he's dead. He failed all three. He is physically dead. His soul is leaving his body. So, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna message you guys to both leave. And I'll message you when it's your turn. 1 second. Just so to make sure no one's cheating.
At least I didn't pass out this time. I just. Oh, okay.
So, Corvus, in your last moments, what do you think of?
No. Okay.
In my last moments, I can think only of the good times, the bad times, aboard me ship,
Get up.
serving with me friends and me crew, wondering where it all went wrong.
Do you remember the day that it began? When you first joined them, do you remember the events that happened?
The day it all began. I had left me home, tried to disguise myself as a modern man, and seeking adventure that I was. I noticed the crew docking up on a nearby port, and decided this was my chance. I stowed away on the ship. They didn't find me for 3 days. Hadn't eaten and I'd been shitting in a box. They fed me right up, welcomed me aboard. I never looked back.
You remember back then, Tusktooth used to be different. A good captain, a man that was for his people and was wanting to live free. He knew that power was needed to handle people that could not handle themselves. But he also knew that power needed to be controlled. Though it seems with the more power he gained, the less control over himself he had. Especially so when his first mate had joined a few years into your travels, who had apparently had been a good friend of the captain when he had joined the crew, became first mate relatively fast, and admittedly, he was fairly skilled at seafaring and was a damn good fighter and spellcaster, but something was always off with him. He never interacted with the rest of the crew, he only talked to the captain, and for some reason, the captain allowed him to stay in a bunk in his quarters. There was no romantical situation going on between them, that much was clear. It was something different, almost a partnership that you were unaware of. And as the years had progressed, and admittedly things are fairly hazy and on the sea, especially when the years begin to blend by, you know that Tusktooth became more angry, more violent, more brutal. He began killing his own crewmates, throwing them overboard, but admittedly, new ones always had shown back up. And you know that sometimes he had taken punishments too far, because a simple stolen bread would have ended up with missing limbs, whole eyes ripped out. He had become a warlord of tyrannical proportions and something that you could never have seen the original Tusktooth being. And in your last thoughts, in your last moments, you're not angry at it. You're disappointed in the man that you had truly become appreciative of and looked up to had fallen so far from grace. And at the same time, you're almost thankful that the same couldn't have happened to you. And as your last breath pushes itself out, and your vision fades, you swear you can still smell the open seas, hear the gulls flying by your ship, and you can see the old Tusktooth giving you a warm smile like he did when he first found you. And with that, your vision fades to black. I'll get the other two in here, and you can stay here.
Bleh. As a great
Also,
stormtrooper.
before anything happens, I will have you stay behind a little bit because there's going to be a little extra. But it'll be after the session.
As a great stormtrooper once said, bleh.
True that. What?
All right, I'm back.
Waiting for here now, or not here, but Wolf. Man, this is my first ever player death.
How was it?
Wasn't expecting it to happen like this, but also not the worst thing that could have happened, to be honest. At least it was a cool moment.
What
Yeah.
happened?
I mean, it's not
This is my first ever player death as a DM.
because can a priest revive him? Can we get a priest to revive him?
Potentially,
Technically, yeah.
yeah, it would cost a lot,
I mean,
and you would have to find a priest that could do so, and they aren't exactly common. That is a pretty high level spell,
so the Freedom Guild wouldn't be able to help us.
and not unless you get lucky. The
And
Freehelm
knowing how
Guild isn't
the
known for a church, it's known for a bunch of rough and tumble mercenaries.
okay.
Even a potion of healing.
He's
Bring him
dead.
back.
You could heal the body, but the spirit is left.
Oh.
And he couldn't use like second wind to not kill himself or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has to be alive for him to use his abilities. He is dead.
Hmm.
Anyways,
Just a dead
So-
body around.
Cullen, you are still unconscious due to blood loss and pure shock of everything that has happened. Your great axe now snapped in half and completely shattered. Maverick, you see your broken and bloodied comrade, but you don't see Corvus anywhere. You don't hear him anymore. His scream has stopped. And you look around frantically. You keep searching the nearby area, and you see blood pooled at the bottom of a tree. And you look up, and you see him hanging about 20 feet above you, halfway down the tree, impaled. He has bled out. His eyes are still open, but there is nothing there. There is only one scimitar still clenched in his hand.
A warrior to the end. Died with a sword in my hand.
I don't know why. Sorry.
Off to Valhalla you go.
I don't know if fish people go to Valhalla, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming you just go to Atlantis, right? Is Atlantis your fish people's like Valhalla?
Mm.
Food for thought.
Oh, death dab.
That's not a good thing. Don't make that a good thing. Christ.
You die, you dab.
Yeah. Because I'm assuming I'm gonna live, but I'm obviously missing a leg, so what? Am I just being dragged back to the cart?
Your ass can
I'm
wobble back.
asking you. I'm asking you, Maverick. Are you dragging me back to the cart? Are you just gonna let me sit there?
Don't make you sit there. Think about what you did.
Well, we
Okay,
still
fair
don't know if
enough.
you're gonna live.
I mean, he could put a healing bush on me.
I guess that's true. It, even so, though, you're a cripple now.
Oh, definitely. Until I get to the Freehelm Guild. Or the next major city.
Brando? Where have you gone, sir?
1 second.
Is there actually any way of bringing you back?
There is the Revivify spell, and that's pretty much it.
Yep.
Unless you
None of
know
us
any
know it.
necromancers.
None of us know it, and I think it has a time limit of like you can only be dead like 1 minute.
I think I've heard Revivify being used over longer times before, but I don't know. I've never read the rule.
See, maybe if you didn't break
All
your
right,
oath,
I'm back.
your god would bring it back him
I'm
back.
back. I'm back. So you see Corvus bleeding out. What do you do? Or not bleeding out, but bled. He's bled out. What do you do?
I'm upset and I'm gonna try to get him off the spike.
I will say with enough time, you are able to, at the very least, break off the tree branch that he is on and get his body to fall. It is not going to be a graceful fall by any means, but you can get him down. Unless you want to take the extra time to tie some rope to him and then break the tree branch and let him down slowly. I will say you can
He's
do that.
dead, ain't he?
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you don't care, you don't care. That's fine.
I gotta appreciate the pragmatism, though. Well, he's dead, isn't he?
Alright, so you just break the branch. He falls. Do you want to take the branch out of him, or do you not care?
Yeah, I
So I
think
wanna
he's worth money.
Do you want to take the branch out of him, or do you not care?
I'll take
Wait,
the branch out of him.
hang on.
Alright, so you pull the branch free. And sort of just Now you have dead Corvus at your feet, and an unconscious Cullen still sort of sitting in the woods a few feet away. And there is a
Also,
griffin
side note.
impaled on the top of one of these trees.
Side
Fucking
note.
rude.
Can we turn Corvus in for a bounty?
I mean, if he has a bounty, you guys have a bounty. Like, after
Yeah.
what
I don't
happened.
remember all three of us have bounties.
Well, you
Well,
guys
we'll
don't know.
cash this guy's
There
tail.
was never confirmation on the fact that you guys have bounties.
I mean, I probably have a pre-existing bounty though.
You
'Cause I'm a
probably
pirate.
do. At least
Yeah.
members. It is sort of like members of Tusk Tooth's crew, and they can be identified
Black
by
Tusk, I think.
Black Tusks or something like that. I think it was a Tusk
It
Tooth
was. I
and
think it was.
something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's in my notes somewhere. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, think about it. Like, well, if we could stage this as like, as a duo, we took down Corvus and his pet griffin.
What happened?
He decided from being captain of the seas to the captain of the air.
They're they're thinking about setting this up like they killed the griffin and me and turned me in.
I didn't see shit.
I'm saying this. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, this is out of character. This is out of character. But to put it my character, honestly, at this point, yeah.
All right. So, what are you doing,
Gotta figure
Maverick?
out how to paper his leg.
Matty boy.
You know, you guys are so fucking lucky. I'm not that evil enough to go ahead and start pickpocketing you guys.
How is Corvus lucky right now?
Corvus is dead.
And Corvus doesn't care if you pickpocket him at this point.
It's not pickpocketing at this point.
It's
just
grave
looting.
robbing. It's grave robbing.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah. So you see, so my idea's not that bad.
Well,
It's a cool story for how I lost my leg.
Although, if you do intend to try to revive me at some point, it would be nice if my body was intact when you did so.
It will be.
So, be nice to my body.
All right, fair enough. Don't haunt me.
but will you remember all the stuff you had on you?
I
What's
presume-
actually happening?
Well, I don't know what's actually happening. I'm dead and you're unconscious.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm asking.
So what are you
We're
doing?
asking. I'm asking Will. What are you doing?
I'm asking Wolf what he's doing. I'm the DM.
Yeah. So, shit. I'm gonna try to drag him back. As we're at the, where's the wagon and donkey?
You're gonna rush back over there?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull them both back over there.
Pulling both of them is gonna take a little bit. It'd
Yeah,
probably be
that's
better
fine.
to rush over to the cart and bring it back.
Okay, so that'll probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Options.
You rush over to the
I got-
cart. You do see that Rockstar is panicking, but also like in place because the cart itself is sort of still like in a weird angle and almost toppled over. It's kind of just you'll have to take a second to right the cart before you can even get moving again.
And calm Rockstar, yeah.
So you take a few moments to do so. I won't make you roll for anything just because at this point Rockstar sees that the danger is gone, knows that there is a friendly face nearby, and is just like, "All right, I'm hanging with you guys. That griffin's scary." And yeah, knows that because you saved his life is gonna be a lot more nice to you and anyone of your crew. So at least familiar faces. So
Did he give Cullen the health potion, by the way? I missed
yes, he did.
that. Okay.
That's how Cullen got stabilized.
All right, cool. I didn't know.
I
if he
didn't.
did or not.
We didn't do any healing though, like any actual like healing numbers. But we can do that in a
Okay.
Do you
second.
want to?
You guys can do that in just like on your own while I describe stuff. So I believe the
Seem like
healing is a
you're doing a long
D4
race
plus
now.
your Constitution. It's a D4 plus your Constitution. So you bring the cart back and you load both bodies. You sort of sit Cullen up on one of the chairs that are leaning up against the driver carriage. like the driver part of the carriage, and you pull Corvus up and just sort of lay him directly on the floor of the carriage itself, um, and load up any of the supplies that might have fallen from him as he was hung in the tree. Do you take the sword out of his hand?
I'm gonna keep the sword with me.
So you're gonna like take the sheath and sheath the sword and hold on to it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Um, do you want to do anything with the griffin's body, or do you want to leave it?
I want it.
Is there anything valuable off of a griffin?
I mean, you could always claim it as a trophy and say that you're a powerful monster hunter. You know, it's good reputation. Though technically, you
Two
didn't really
friends
kill
died
it.
from it, but your two friends died from it. So they risked their lives trying to kill this thing.
Hey, I did most of the work and gave my life. I'm a hero.
Yeah, but you didn't live. You know who
I
tells
guess
stories? The winner.
The
I'm the one that
living.
won.
I
So,
guess I could chop off the griffin's head.
Hell yeah! I only chopped his wing off. You can go ahead and have the wing in the head.
y'all know how big that shit is, right?
I'm just going
Yeah.
for the head.
And it's also about 30 feet up. Because it is
Oh.
actively impaled on a 40-foot tree 10 feet down.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going nowhere, Wolf. Not like
Also,
I can
this,
walk
I
away.
just want to say, that was awesome. Before we get any further, that was sick.
What?
That whole griffin sequence. Because
Yeah.
there was a couple of choices, and I had to roll to see which one you were gonna which one you guys were gonna get, and the griffin one is what you guys got. And like there was a bunch of ways they could have went. I know at least one of you guys were gonna try and jump on it, but I didn't think you guys were gonna try and stay on it and kill it. And oh my god, that was sick.
Yep.
I just wish I
Also,
had
out of
better
character.
accuracy.
Are you rolling a new character, Squirrel?
We'll get to
I'm not
that
doing it.
before next session.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna chop off the griffin's head.
Yeah, I'll say it with a few extra moments you can do so. And by the time you return with the griffin's head, I will say that Cullen, you have awoken. You are terribly in pain. You are missing a leg. Both of your arms are broken, and all of your ribs are shattered, though they are slowly mending because of the healing potion.
Yeah.
So
Because
you know that you feel them actively stitching together, your arms sort of snapping back in place like in a few ways, but it is very painful.
all this is just an agony and cry. Just, ugh.
And it will not be a perfect healing until you get to an actual healer.
Yeah. Like, it's just garbles.
You are just suffering at the moment. You are the embodiment of suffering.
Yep.
Um, well, with that, I will also mention that, um, you would know this, Cullen. Griffins are like a symbol of like pride and like loyalty and power in Solanus, just because like like they are just like legendary creatures, right? They are
Mm-hmm.
less greedy than dragons. They hunt purely for food, and they keep balance in nature.
Okay.
And they are powerful creatures.
So,
So you
what I'm
taking
hearing
down
is
one
that
of these things is like an accomplishment in this land. But
so
also
is
at the
this like
same
me
time,
declaring a war?
no, this isn't like you declaring war of any kind, because this is you defending yourself, for one. It is still a wild creature. It is like it is similar to like killing a bear in a place that would worship bears, right? Like you're defending
Okay.
yourself, but like also if you're not like hunting it for sport or anything, it is just like my word, you killed a griffin. Oh my lord. Some people might see it as a bad omen. Others people see it as like a legendary feat.
Okay. So it wouldn't
It
be.
just depends on how you view it religiously.
Ah,
You specifically, you can take it however you want.
so would it be for me as an actor declaring war?
If you want it to be.
Because it has a tie to Solonol, right?
A fairly decent one, yes. It is one of the many creations of Solanul.
Okay, that's the point.
So you're declaring
'Cause-
war?
yes, because his whole goal
All
when
right.
he woke back from the barbarian stuff is he's gonna conquer the realm,
All right.
the god realm.
All right. I get you. I get you. So
Great.
you sort of wake up not only in agonizing pain, but in furious rage and glorious battle, glorious victory in your heart, knowing that you bested this creature, blessed by Solanul, blessed by the mother of this land, now dead in the trees that she birthed.
My ass.
And then you pass back out due to pain.
That's fine.
Um,
This is such bullshit.
so
How?
the return journey, you see Freehelm Guild, like you see the Felwind Keep's tower peeking over the edges of the tree line, and you see a couple of canopies sticking out of the edge of the forest, and you know you're probably about 10 minutes from journey. What do you do in your last? Do you do anything in your last 10 minutes, Maverick, or do you just go there, heavy-hearted?
Are you mean a wolf?
No, I'm not muted. I'm thinking. Um, it's not much to do. Everything's packed up. Everybody's in the cart, so I'm gonna head
All right,
that way.
you head in. You go to the Freehelm Guild. And first things first, where do you have this griffin head? Do you have it like strapped to anything, like on the side of the cart or anything like that? Do you have it sitting at your
Mm,
side,
Yeah,
it's
strapped
set.
to
Yeah,
Rockstar?
it's set. It's
yeah, real
set
dick
to my
movie tricked
side.
me into.
All right, you have it sitting next to you in the passenger side of the driver part of the carriage, and as you're pulling in, a couple of people notice it and just like, oh, it's a fucking griffin head. Then they see Cullen in the back. They don't see Corvus because he is sort of below the skirt line
Did you
of
get the
the
wing
step
too?
stool.
No.
The wing is like
Dang.
flattered somewhere. It fluttered away, caught
Okay.
wind, and sort of like felt like a feather in a weird way.
Okay. Fair enough.
Um. So then he notices like you sitting in the back, and it's just like, hey, sir, do you need help with him? Does he need medical attention?
Yeah, they need medical attention as quickly as they can.
He's like, they, and he looks in, and it's just like, oh, oh, all right. He rushes in. This is one of the crow guards that hang around. I don't remember their specific names. Let me pull up the notes of the Freehelm Guild. This would be one of the. Nope, that's not the notes. Where are these notes? All right. So you see the guards known as the Corvids, the Corvid guards, who come rushing over, and first they pull Cullen out, um, and one of them goes over to Corvus and like checks his neck and looks over to you, Maverick, and is just like, this one's already dead. We're sorry.
Is there any way we can revive him?
There's not a priest on grounds, no. And I don't think any of us have any scrolls or anything. You might be able to ask Madame Crow, but I don't know. She doesn't do this kind of thing.
Well, get them into beds and I'll go ask Madame Crow real quick.
We'll get him into bed. They leave Corvus where he's at, but they grab Cullen and bring him into the common area that is used as sort of like a tavern that is run by the Corvids, and lay him over one of the tables. You see multiple people sort of like sit up from the table and like get off, and it's just like, whoa, whoa, what is this guy now? And then the Corvid's just like, make way, don't get near. The barkeep sort of comes over and is just like, "What's going on? Is he all right?" And it's just like, "Yeah, he's a little fucked up. We'll need one of your little cleric buddies if you can find one. But we also got a dead one out in the carriage, and we wouldn't happen to know if any priest is in grounds. Yeah." And he's just like, "No, no priest. Unfortunately, we did have a one pass by, but he took up a job and left like a few days ago. Damn it. All right. Well, we'll just see what we can do. Like I said, grab that cleric." And
Damn.
he's just like, right.
They were
um,
talking. That one's talking about me.
yeah, grabbing the cleric. No, he's grabbing a cleric to heal you.
Yep. No, the priest that passed by was me.
No, different person.
Okay. I thought it was me.
One who is capable of revivification.
Ah, okay.
Like, because you wouldn't know this, but the Freehelm Guild is used as not only like a mercenary guild, but also like a sort of outpost for multiple types of merchants. One of which being those that provide healing services.
Hmm.
And so there was a priest in town in the Freehelm Guild that was just there, like any dangerous mercenaries looking to either boost themselves for a day, or looking to come back and get their comrades revivified. As long as you got the money, we can do it.
Ah, okay.
So that's that. Um, Maverick, we're gonna go ahead and have you walk over to the actual keep itself and walk your way in past the brothel. Are you walking with purpose? Are you on a mission here?
Yes, I am. I'm trying to find Madame Crow so we can find a reviver.
All right. So just before you reach Madame Crow's door, you are stopped by, um, what is his name? Father Raven, with his large feather-shaped sword. He puts it in front of you, nearly stabbing you in the chest, and is just like, "Hold. You will not approach. Why are you here?"
I'm here to ask Madame Raven if she knows any revivers that's been passed by
As
one of
you
my
sort of halfway through
friends.
your sentence, as you're sort of stumbling through, still in shock of everything that just happened, um, the door opens and Madame Crow steps out and is just like, "Don't worry, Gilliman, I'll handle this." "Yes, Elia." He steps back, and she takes your hand and pulls you inside. And is just like, "I've been watching you, you know. You and your friends. You did well on that job, but I was foolish handling that griffin. You should have just let that ass be taken. However,
I
I know what you're seeking, and I can tell you that I am not capable of providing such a thing at the moment. I do not have any scrolls of revivification. I do not have any priests on call that need any favors. So, unfortunately, I can't help you, and I am deeply apologize. And I am willing, even though this was not part of the deal, to provide compensation. 100 platinum for the dead comrade. So long as you do not speak about what you had seen with the goblins, yes? Or what you have seen with those noblemen. We'd like to keep our business here fairly quiet, and well, you're already attracting attention with that griffin head outside.
hmm, I could still keep the body, right?
Oh yes, we will not take your friend. He is yours to do with what you wish. You can bury him here if you wish. We will provide funeral services, and one to provide burial rites.
Well, I'm not. I mean, inside, I'm thinking that I'm gonna take the money and still try to find a reviver for him.
She sort of gets the look. She sort of notices the look in your eye and is just like, revivification only works for a certain amount of time. So if you are hoping to find a priest or some such in that time, you must move fast. She pulls out a pouch and sets it down. Take the money and do with what you wish. If you can make it in time, you can keep it.
Alright.
All right.
I'm
Do you
gonna
take the
take
money?
the money
All
and
right.
oh yeah. And then I'm gonna rush out.
Um, as you sort of rush out, we're gonna go ahead and jump back over to Cullen. Cullen, a few moments later, after you were set on this table, you awake again, still in agonizing pain, missing a leg, but now your arms have been set straight. They are set in splints, and you are at half your max HP. Your other leg is also set in a cast, a fairly rudimentary one, and you know that the stump is mostly sealed, but there is still bandages that are fairly wet with fresh blood. So it will be a few days before you can even walk again.
Right. Can I speak now at this point?
Yes, you can.
Uh, I wake up when I wake all the
I will
way up.
say it's through gritted teeth, so you are struggling to speak, but you can speak.
Yeah. What happened?
You, you and your friend did something crazy. All I know is that there's a dead griffin head on that cot outside. You got a friend that's talking to Madame Crow, and another one dead in the same cot as the griffin head. And we found you broken in bed, and now we got a priest healing you. And he says it's gonna cost you about 100 gold, so good luck on that.
I'm debating whether I want to scroll down the river. Do I tell the story as me as the hero, or do I tell it as what
Say
actually
what you
happened?
wish.
You know
I
what?
can't dis I can't dispute you. I'm dead.
He is
Say
Pick
what you
a
gone.
want.
pick a thing, squirrel. Pick a thing. Even or odds.
Roll.
I will
I'll roll
say,
for it.
No, no.
if you take the glory, people will be willing to like offer you specifically jobs at this point. Like that's a legendary feat.
I'm okay with that. You're not helping him on this one.
I know, I know.
Do you
All
want
right,
to? You want
I'm
to?
going for it. All right, what'd you get?
Are we doing even or odds or just roll off?
Roll off.
Nat fucking one.
Ah,
No.
shit.
Rip.
I got an 18. All right, well, I'm
So,
taking the glory then.
all right. The dice have spoken.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So you look at this garden. What
Uh,
do you say as he looks down at you?
the one in the cart that's dead. He's not a friend. It's Corvus Silverscale. That griffin was his. We took him down.
Are you saying he's a wanted
That,
man?
yes. And I want to claim victory for claim his bounty.
Well, do you know his? I don't know any. I don't know of any bounties nearby of Corvus Silverscale. Do you know if he belonged to any kind of bandit crew?
My ass.
The
Damn.
the Black Tusk crew.
He sort of looks in his mind for a second and then rushes over to a bounty poster and reads it for a second. Well, friend, looks like you just covered yourself your fucking medical bills, so congratulations, you don't gotta pay nothing, but you're also not getting nothing. For him, at
That's
least.
fine with me. It's fine. The griffin will give me money still.
Well, you'll have to, you're still gonna have to pay the priest, but we won't be taking you the body, you'll have to turn it into the capital. The
Okay,
king will,
that's fine.
at the very least, find a nobleman in some nearby town. But the nearest town is the capital, so that's where you'll have to go.
Can you rush a message to somebody for me from the capital?
I suppose, though I'm sure if you're heading there, you'd probably get there before most of our men.
I mean, I'm not going anywhere with this leg.
True, but your friend does have a cot, and I think he's willing to put you in the back, right?
I don't know.
Maybe. Probably not.
Well, either way, what's the message? We'll see if we can get there first.
I want the message to my brother, specifically give him the name of my brother, and have him meet me here at the Free Home Guild.
All right. We'll do what we
I'm
can.
ready. Basically, in the message, I'm turning in Corvus.
Right. I get you. All right. So you're requesting a golden guard to come and verify the bounty.
Verify the bounty, and then also bring my brother with him.
Right. Well, your brother is a golden guard.
Okay. I thought he was silver.
Is he? I don't remember. Well, whatever
I
he
think he's
is.
silver because yeah, I think he's silver because he's just a guard captain.
Yeah,
He's a
he's a
captain.
captain. That's right. Yeah. I was thinking gold captain for some reason, but yeah. He's silver captain. So,
Yeah.
because it's gold major.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was a silver captain. So you're requesting for a silver captain to come down and verify your bounty and return it to the capital and give you your reward.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
And also maybe clear my name at the same time.
Fair enough.
I ran because he was because Corvus was escaping.
Fair enough. All
You're
right.
despicable. I hate you.
All right. So,
You're a dick.
Maverick, you return just in time to hear the end of this story, and hear him say that he's turning in Corvus.
I mean, yeah. At this point, I've declared war. I will become king through any means. I will become the conqueror.
What do you do?
He is dead. You want to live
What's
or you
the
want to
next
run?
town over?
The closest town would be the capital, because the Freehelm Guild is a couple miles outside the capital, just where the forest starts. It acted as a sort of scout beacon for the capital at one point for the forest, but after years of disuse, the Freehelm Guild sort of took it over, and it is now a mercenary outpost.
The capital's closest.
The capital is indeed the closest.
Hmm.
You're also wanted. But this way you wouldn't be wanted anymore.
You guys do not know if you guys are specifically wanted. Checking the bounty poster, there is no poster that specifically lists you three.
Well, I mean, we assume we're wanted.
Yes, you assume you're wanted because of what had
Yeah,
happened.
so in our conversation, we would assume we're wanted.
Indeed.
So my statement
So
still
after
stands.
hearing this,
What?
is there any way I can get on the?
Hold on, my headphones are
Back.
being annoying. Alright, what's up?
So hearing this, I'm gonna walk out and think I could take off with the
Rockstar?
car. Yeah, cart. And
You can certainly, after overhearing this, you can certainly rush off, grab your cart, and dip with the body in the back.
yeah,
You're gonna do so?
my dude. Oh yeah.
Alright. This means our next session is going to be separate.
Okay, how's that work?
We're gonna do each individual session individually. We'll have to fucking schedule it in a weird way, unless you guys want to just do like one session at a time with each other, like all in the same call. It'd be weird.
Do that.
I'm down for that.
Like one
I
week,
still wanna
one
hear.
session is just like let y'all hear what's going on.
It's just because, like, if we're separating, this is gonna be weird. This is gonna be weird.
Gives us a little bit more time to like really flesh this whole thing out.
'Cause
Gives
typically,
Squirrel time to get a new character really developed.
I mean, like. So
That would
should
give
I
you
continue,
6 weeks to develop a character.
should I continue to show up, or should I like?
We'll discuss
Not
that in a
because
second. We'll discuss that at the end whenever. We'll discuss that in private. Because we'll get all that done. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
'Cause that's the end of the session. This point, right?
We'll go ahead and cut it there. Though
Mhm.
I do want to talk with Squirrel real fast, so I am going to leave this party and start a new one with specifically Squirrel, and then once I'm done talking to him, I'll invite the FOC for RJMC.
Okay.
All right.
All right, but that's gonna be the end of this recording.